Hi, my name is Dagmara. I'm a counselor and I create a safe space for people to heal, grow, and blossom. And today I want to talk to you about the difference between boundaries, barriers, and walls. Because these three things get super often confused. So, barriers and walls are something that we build around ourselves after we experience something horrific, traumatic. And we think that if we are going to close ourselves within and build those walls, that they're going to protect us from anything similar that was so painful and horrendous happening to us again. And they do protect us. The only problem is that we start closing ourselves deeper and deeper within, inside, and we lose connection with the outside world, with people that we actually care about, and barriers and walls. They have that tendency, the function. Basically, what they do is they don't really, because they are so thick and they're so strong, they don't allow both the negative and the positive in. So that's not really a very comfortable place to be at, and it's really lonely there, or at least it can be. So the only way to get rid of them is to deal with the pain that we are hiding within. And as I talked about in one of my previous videos, it takes time, it takes courage, but it's really possible to deal with that. There are so many ways and methods that you can really look at that pain and heal it. And then boundaries is what you are left with, that basically that are allowing you to still protect yourself. But boundaries have the function, and the characteristic of the boundaries is that they allow you to say yes when you truly mean yes, and no when you truly mean no. And because they are in a way more flexible, in a way they are strong, and they are definitely firm, but you are in charge of the boundary. You're in charge of placing it there or not placing it there. You're in charge of saying that the boundary is going to go up to here, but this is still open. And then another day you can be like, okay, I don't really need the boundary here, but I do need it here. So you are in charge of the boundaries. You are in charge of deciding where you want to play the boundaries and how they will function, and what you're actually expecting. And because of that, you can let good things in, and you can eliminate or at least diminish any chances of the so-called bad things coming into you. And boundaries are just like are such a powerful tool that when we actually use it and apply it, we will feel so much safer. It's a big topic of how to apply boundaries, how to use them, but it's something that probably we could spend here more than an hour, if not half of the day, talking about. But it's something you can read more about it, and I will definitely record another video about that. But just an example of the boundary could be, I really want to meet with you tomorrow, but I only have 2 hours, and after that I have something else. And that's a boundary, for example, to a friend that normally the meeting lasts much longer, and you do enjoy it, but then you go home and you feel like you've actually, even though you've really enjoyed it, you've spent too much time because now you don't have time to do something else that you really wanted to do. So boundaries help you regulate and see where you are comfortable and respecting yourself, your needs. And also, of course, then it's respecting other people's boundaries, and so that they feel comfortable and they are respecting their own needs. So it's a beautiful topic, and once you start using boundaries and applying them consciously, it can be difficult at first, and I'll talk about it later why. But once you really incorporate them into your everyday life, you will see that you will be happier and much more fulfilled, safer, more grounded and calm, and And actually your relationships with people will be much, much better. Why? Because if you don't apply boundaries, you actually develop resentment within you. So you staying in a meeting longer than you really want to is causing resentment deep within. And maybe you're not going to tell your friend the first time, the second time, the third time, but the 10th time or even the 5th time, you will explode in one way or another. And you will either harm yourself internally or you're going to do something that will be destructive to the friendship. So yeah, so I'm going to leave you with that, and I will definitely record more on boundaries. And if that interests you, go to Google and explore and read and study about boundaries. There is a lot to learn, and it's one of the, I would say, one of the most important skills you can learn in life that really will help you have amazing relationship with yourself and those around you. Thank you for listening.